So if we go back to our introduction to using life insurance policies, again, we were first and foremost real estate investors, and we were using private money lenders, and came across a lender that used this life insurance policy to lend to us for real estate. After this happened a few times, what we did is we got involved ourselves and started using our own cash value to fund our deals. Now, initially when we got started, we didn't have a ton of money to purchase properties outright. So what we did is we used our initial life insurance policy to do gap funding. And what gap funding allowed us to do is, when a lender has a deal, for example, he's able to go and get a hard money loan for, let's say, 80% of the value of the property. He still needs 20%. So in order for us to do multiple deals, we started working with these investors and providing them with gap funding in the form of
20%.
20%.
Yeah.
And this allowed us to make money as our money accumulated inside of our life insurance policy, and the money to accumulate for us personally as far as the cash that we had available to invest in these deals.
Yeah. And again, these are just simple explanations. We can get into the weeds as far as
Right.
how all this happens. But the very first thing that we can say from our experience, and I like that you said we didn't have a lot of cash to start out with.
No.
We had $5,000 to start out with. Let's talk about that. That was the cash value that we had. And so we were like, all right, can we get involved in real estate? I don't know a house where you can buy it for $5,000, at least, especially back in the day. Maybe that is possible. Anything's possible. And so we knew that we still wanted to get involved in real estate. So we just had to figure out where we could fit in the equation. So gap funding was definitely something that we got into. You can also use it to help closing costs for real estate investors. You can give them an advance for the closing costs, help them wrap it up, and they pay you back plus interest. So there's a few different techniques in which that you can do this. So we don't ever want people thinking like, oh, I have to have $300,000 in order for me to become a real estate investor. No, you can actually start small, but you just have to understand where you fit in the equation, like we said.
Right.